Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to today's video. Just got done eating a little snack protein bar. Today I want to talk about the importance of water. And no, I am not talking on staying hydrated, okay? I think we're all well aware of how staying hydrated is important. But I want to talk about why the quality of your water is extremely important, okay? Now, you can check out books like Eat Smarter by Sean Stevenson, Ripped at 50, Troy Casey, tons of other resources. I mean, you can probably just Google it online too, but make sure your sources are credible. Don't go by WebMD or some of those sites because they're not always the most credible since it's Google owned. But your water, it's very critical. I've had people tell me like, Nate, what's it matter? Water is water. No, water is not just water, okay? Now, maybe you're somebody that drinks water from a sink and you drink your tap water. Is that cool in some places? Maybe, okay? And again, everything I'm saying, I'm not a water or a health expert. I'm just going based off of my own experience, my own opinion, but most importantly from resources and knowledge that I've been able to accumulate over the years. Because literally, I'd say maybe 2.5, 3 years ago, I didn't care. Maybe 2 years ago, I didn't care about the water that I drank. I would literally drink Deer Park. I never really drank too much of Aquafina, but great value. I would Acadia. I would just drink that water and think it's okay. But it's funny, whenever you get used to drinking that kind of water, and then you drink a brand like Evian. I mean, Evian's really not that good, but you drink a brand like Fiji or Eternal Water or water that, it's healthy, right? If you say smart water is healthy, you better get out of here, all right? Like, get educated on that. But you notice a difference in the water that's actually healthier, that's more alkaline, and you want to make sure you check your labels because these waters that say they're alkaline, a lot of them lie, okay? And Nate, well, how do you tell though if it says that? Ladies and gentlemen, if waters a lot of times, if they're in the big major corporate stores, a lot of times they're not good for you. That's a trend, right? Recently, and I've learned a lot of this just from my business partner. Recently, airports have just started to implement pathway water, right? And it looks so cool. It looks so cool. Like literally, the bottle isn't plastic. It's like metal aluminum. And the design on it's so cool. It's like, man, I gotta get some of these. And it's funny because I copped a whole bunch of them and my business partner, Dan's like, dude, this is literally just tap water that's packaged nicely. And I'm like, wow, because it tastes just like it. It doesn't taste good at all. Like, it just tastes like water. But literally, the water that has a taste that you're not used to, typically that's the water that's like better for you. And some people are like, well, nah, it has too many minerals in it. It just has all this, I just like the regular taste of water. It's like, okay, cool, but do you care more about your health? Some people can't even notice a difference, right? And then some people are like, oh, well, what's the point of paying $2.50 for water when I can get for one water when I can get a case of 24 for $5 or something? Well, it's the same thing with food. What's the point of paying 99 cents for a cheeseburger at McDonald's compared to paying $15 for a cheeseburger at some, grass-fed burger joint? What's different? It's grass-fed, right? It's not processed. Like, it's actual ground beef. Okay, that's the difference. You might have to wait longer, but I mean, they got DoorDash, Uber Eats, Postmates, all this stuff. So anyways, getting off topic a little bit, your water is so crucial because you have to realize your body alone is made up of a huge percentage of water. Literally, I forget the exact percentage, but it is massively water, especially this thing in here, your brain. Like, wow. And it matters. It makes a difference. You might not think, well, Nate, I don't really think it does. I've tried it. I've, tried to drink water that has been more expensive and is healthier compared to me just drinking regular water or tap water, but I don't notice a difference. So it's like, okay, you might not notice a difference, but how consistent have you been on drinking that consistently? Did you just try it one time and you're like, oh, didn't work? Next day. Okay, well, if you're going to say that, well, if you go to the gym one day and then the next day you're like, oh, I don't see results. It's the same exact thing. Literally, same exact thing. Well, Nate, I've done it for years. I've done it for months. Okay, great. How old are you? Are you in your late age? Okay. Focus on the long term. That's the thing. You think too much of the short term. You have to focus on your health long term. You might not get cancer tomorrow. Okay. You might not get cancer next week. Could you get cancer years from now? Yeah, there's a possibility. Literally. And it's all about what you put in your body. I just so happen to drink this one a lot. It's called Crazy Water, and it's a Texas-based brand. This is just an example. Something you also want to keep in mind, you can drink water in, typically plastic water bottles and stuff like that, but if you really want to get extremely picky, you can drink it out of glass. Now, I don't really drink it out of glass that much. The store, Whole Foods, they literally don't sell this anymore. They discontinued it. I wonder why. So we literally had to go to like another local market here in Houston, Texas, and get these, and they just so happen to have them in glass. We normally drink them out of plastic, but glass is actually healthier for you because the plastic, you can absorb all those different kind of toxins, and it's definitely not the best, especially, if you've ever had water in a water bottle that's plastic and it's been in your car and it's hot, it kind of tastes weird. Well, guess what? You're absorbing toxins, so that's not good for you. So yeah, this Crazy Water, for example, they have 4 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is the highest for alkalinity. Yeah, there you go. Minerals and stuff like that. It's funny, we were drinking 4 for the longest time, and then I'd say about a week and a half to 2 weeks ago, we just found out that you're only supposed to drink number 4 like 16 ounces a day. And we were going through like 2 or 3 of these in a day. We just had no idea. And we're thinking, why didn't you put it on the bottle? That's a marketing mistake right there. Crazy. So now we went back to number 3s. You might pay $2.50 for this, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it. And look, it's bigger. It's not just one of them little rinky-dink great value Deer Park bottles, but natural still mineral water, medium content, pH level 7.5. It's not too high, not too low. It's still not in the middle. It's still a little higher. Alkaline water. The legend of Crazy Water, it says the waters of Mineral Wells, Texas have been making folks feel good inside and out since 1881. Maybe because of the flavor, maybe because they just might have healed a crazy woman who drank from the well. Either way, you'd be crazy not to drink it. So I'm reading this because it's giving you the history of this water. Guess what? Great Value doesn't do that. Deer Park really doesn't. It might have a slogan, but come on, guys. Let's be real. Water is nature intended, with minerals and electrolytes infused by Mother Nature, not just some factory. And it says there, our line of Crazy Waters, I don't got to get into all that, but mineral content. So if you want me to get to the numbers for the scientists, calcium 76, potassium 2, bicarbonate 453, silica 19.4, lithium 0.05, magnesium 33, sulfate 434, pH 7.5, zinc 0.439, alkalinity 371. Total dissolved solids 1369 mg/L. Percent daily values not established. How did they get these numbers? I don't know. All right, I'm not some water analyzer. I'm just giving you some information. Sodium chloride, 43 grams. So again, this is a Texas-made water. Depending on what state you're at, you might say, well, Nate, I go to stores, they don't really sell kind of like waters like that. Do your research. Research waters. You can easily, and you would save money and you'll save time on this. All right, and you also save all this lifting. For all my people that don't like lifting waters all the time, like get them shipped to your house. Holy smokes, you order everything off Amazon. Order waters, literally. We looked at the Crazy Water the other day. You could order I forget how many, but you can order a decent amount for like 100 or 200 bucks. And I'm thinking, dude, that's such a lifesaver. But your water matters, okay? You also have to keep in mind, like, yo, if you drink tap water, unless you're in some like, you know, unless you're in the mountains and you know that tap water is good, but still it's kind of weird. Or unless you have some kind of water filtration system for you, you also want to keep that in mind as well. Or if you have some kind of machine. I know some people that have them Kangans and stuff that work. I personally never really tried that, but yeah. So if you're just drinking tap water, you have to realize like tap water gets reused. Like that water that you're drinking, it's literally the same water somebody like went to the bathroom in. All right, now you're not gonna see like, oh, particles and stuff in that water. If you do, holy smokes, call your landlord, call your, home inspector or whatever. But you have to understand, like, water gets reused. Where do you think this water goes? It doesn't just vanish when it goes down the drain. Of course not. Like, it gets reused and recycled. I saw a TikTok video the other day of some guy walking you through the filtration system. It got pretty intense, all right? Like, it literally showed, of course, a lot of toilet paper typically disintegrates, but baby wipes, they don't disintegrate whenever they get flushed. So they had these brown baby wipes. Why is it brown? Let's use our head, right? So they had all this weird stuff, and it's like that water gets refiltered through a system. And I personally wouldn't want to drink that water. Sorry, I wouldn't want to drink that water. It's kind of gross. It's kind of weird. So all I'm saying is, yo, it comes back to the temple. Your body's your temple. Take care of your health. I know people, they have water filtration systems on their sink, even on their shower head. That's something I want to get actually for my shower head. It's because the water that goes on your body, like your body absorbs that. So if your water isn't healthy, just think about what you're doing to your skin, ladies and gentlemen. Holy smokes. So this is why this stuff matters. They don't talk to you about this in school. Why? Because they don't think it's important. They don't think, they don't think it's something that's valuable. They think history, and half the history isn't even the truth, but they think all this stuff's more valuable. And it's like, yo, what? Why don't you talk about the water you drink? I'm going on 13 minutes here talking about water. Holy smokes. Okay, so again, your water, it means something. And it doesn't matter if you're 50 or 60. Oh, Nate, I'm accustomed already. I'm accustomed to Deer Park. I'm accustomed to Aquafina, Dasani. I'll be honest, I never even liked Aquafina or Dasani. I just didn't like the taste of it. And it's just, that tastes awful. And it's literally some of the worst water you can drink. Holy smokes. Smart water? Oh, let me just use marketing tactics and put smart on water. So whenever people see me drinking that water, it's like, yeah, I'm healthy. That's just like, golly, that's just like putting a burger wrapper from a fancy burger joint on a McDonald's cheeseburger, right? Or it's like going to a famous steak place. I mean, a well-known one is called Steak 48, and getting a leftovers box, but putting your fast food meal in the leftovers box. You see what's going on? Guess what? That's pretty much a lot of marketing when it comes to food and water that you drink. They'll literally slap a label on, and with that label, they'll have some absolute terrible water and just not good ingredients in their food. But it's all marketing. Everything is marketing, let me tell you. So anyways, I could go deep on this. I mean, holy smokes, I could create a course on this. All right. Nate, how do you learn this information? You know how? I read books. I interview people. I accumulate this knowledge and I accumulate this information. And by accumulating this, I store it in here. So whenever the time comes and whenever somebody asks me, Nate, why do you drink that kind of water? And I get asked that. People are like, what's crazy water? I'm like, yo, it's this water that you put. But I mean, at the same time, it's like, I ain't trying to sit here because I'm going on 15 minutes now. I ain't trying to sit and talk to somebody for 15 minutes about why water is so, important. If somebody asks me that, I'm like, oh, dude, you got YouTube here. open your phone, watch my video, watch this video. Guess what? You're probably watching it right now and you're thinking, man, Nate, that's pretty smart how you did that. It's like, yeah, it's all how you absorb information and then what you do with the information afterwards, you know? So anyways, hope this is valuable, okay? Protect your body, but most importantly, understand the water you're drinking. It's extremely important, and just trust me on that, all right? Because back in the early ages, the BC era, they didn't have to worry about great value water. They didn't have, like, a lot of times the water they got were from wells, some of the healthiest water you can get, and from streams, rivers. So live like a caveman sometimes. See you on the next one.